Alright, it's time! Another week of ZTGD Radio. This is episode 760 for August 21st, 2023. And on the show this week, we got Anthony.
Yeah, I'm here.
We got Terrence.
What's up, everybody?
And we got the Wombat too.
Word up.
Word up. We got video games to talk about. Unfortunately, we can't talk about some video games. There's a lot of video games we can't talk about.
Yeah, because I have one I can't talk about yet.
And that's why Jay's not on the show, too, because he had a video game he couldn't talk about.
Yep.
We're entering that season.
Indeed. Yep. I told you, what was it, last week when I said Madden's out? Here we go.
Yep.
Well, here we go.
Yeah, speaking of that, there's a really exciting thing that I'm sure you'll get to in news later, just in terms of release timing, that made me happy because there's so much fucking shit coming out later this year.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I feel like from now until like mid-November, there's not a week without a game that you're like, fuck, I kind of want to play that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Like, oh, this year is just, and it's crazy that there's so much drama and beef on Twitter, or the app formerly known as Twitter, about console wars, because nigga, wherever you look, there's something for you. Like,
yeah.
There's just games everywhere right now. We are in a gaming, what you call that? Bliss? Not bliss. What is it?
I call it
Nirvana?
a smorgasbord myself.
That works, nigga. That works. It is like it's, and you want to fill your plate, and it's like, God, I gotta go back and get seconds. Like, it's so Ryan gotta wait till next year to attack Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah,
like, there's so much stuff.
It's absolutely true.
Well, yeah, you got fucking. I mean, literally, you go from fucking Starfield to fucking Armored Core to fucking Sea of Stars to Spider-Man to Alan Wake to Jesus Christ.
It's so insane. Like,
Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Assassin's Creed. Like, I know there's stuff I'm forgetting, and it's crazy that we had a Game of the Year contender in February and March, and boy, we didn't know.
Right.
We had well blown past that.
Oh yeah.
No idea how this Game of the Year stuff is gonna work this year for like.
I have no clue.
There's so many choices. Like,
it's too
much.
Like,
it's too much.
I think 2023 should get honorary 5 Games of the Year.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so. Like, how could you pick one? Like, there's so much.
Dude, I've already had 5 different Games of the Year, and Mortal Kombat, Starfield, and Spider-Man ain't out yet.
It's true.
Wild. See, I've had 3. No, 4. I've had 4 this year so far because like it's crazy. It's crazy.
I don't know, man. It's awesome. 2023
it
might end up beating out. What was that? Was it 98? And then what's the other one? In the two, like the BioShock year. What was that?
Yeah, I can't remember what year that was.
Because that was Mass
6.
It might have been like because it was Mass
7?
Effect. It was BioShock. It was oh my god, that year was
Red
Dead Redemption.
2007.
I thought it was 8. Maybe it was 2007.
I can't remember.
7 is the year the BioShock came out.
Okay, was that the same year as Red Dead and Oh, there was a bunch.
No, Red Dead was 2009, I think.
Okay.
2010 was Red Dead Redemption.
Oh wow, was it that late?
2010. Okay,
wow.
Yeah. I knew that I finished. So the reason I remembered that is because I finished Red Dead Redemption right before my wife had our son.
Oh.
And I was kind of scrambling to try to finish it before we had a kid in the house.
That's funny because that was the same year I finished Just Cause 2, which was one of my favorite games that year.
So
I couldn't remember if I played it. I thought that I played it late, and that it came out in 2009. But I guess I finished it the same year it came out, which is really surprising.
Oh yeah, that's not normal for you.
No.
Oh.
Okay, so just quickly, 2007. I'm not going to include all sports games. Super Mario Galaxy, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Halo 3, God of War 2,
Jesus.
Team Fortress 2, Metroid Prime 3, Guitar Hero 3, Half-Life 2 Episode 2, Lego Star Wars Complete Saga, Assassin's Creed, BioShock, Crackdown, Crysis, Mass Effect, Portal, Rock Band, Skate, The Darkness, The Witcher, and Uncharted.
Okay, that's a pretty good year.
And what year was that one more time?
2007.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Insane.
You know what? This year will probably beat that. like this year will probably be 2007.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm feeling it.
We'll see how the next couple games look, or couple games coming out the next couple months. I mean,
I'm looking at like some of the other years, and none of them have as many returning properties as well as new properties that do crazy good like that. 2006, the year before, it was pretty big, mind you, which included New Super Mario Brothers, that terrible Sonic the Hedgehog game, Twilight Princess, Bully, Company of Heroes, Dead Rising, Gears of War, Just Cause, Lost Planet, Okami, Prey, Resistance, Fall of Man, Saints Row. New console year.
I have a special nostalgia for a lot of the games that you listed on there because that was the year we started this podcast, and so I can remember talking about a lot of those games. Early podcast.
I will give you a close one. All right, 1998. You ready for this shit? Ocarina of Time, Tekken 3, Half-Life, Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3, StarCraft, Panzer Dragoon Saga, Banjo-Kazooie, Baldur's Gate, Crash Bandicoot Warped, Xenogears, NFL Blitz, 1080 Snowboarding, Turok 2, Ridge Racer Type 4, F-Zero X. That was 1998.
You missed WCW NWO Revenge.
Oh, that's not on this list, but yeah, also
one of my favorite games.
I can beat it. I think this might actually be
really because that was StarCraft, man.
2001.
Okay.
So you have your Maddens, you have your NFL, and blah blah blah. You have Capcom versus SNK 2, Dead or Alive 3, Final Fantasy 10, Gran Turismo 3, Grand Theft Auto 3, Metal Gear Solid 2, SSX Tricky, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Sonic Adventure 2, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, Virtua Fighter 4, Ace Attorney, Advance Wars, Animal Crossing, Burnout, Gothic, Black and White, Devil May Cry, Fatal Frame, Ghost Recon, Halo, Jak and Daxter, Max Payne, Onimusha, Warlords, Operation Flashpoint, Pikmin, Pro Evolution Soccer, Red Faction, Serious Sam, and Tropico.
I mean, I agree that it's a very good year, but I still think 98 is...
98 is important.
98 has like some of the best games ever made.
The amount of franchises that started in 2001 is kind of mind blowing.
It feels like 2001 is the sequel to 98. Like 2001 was just so good too. Like that's man.
Yeah, and this all goes back to what Terrence said at the beginning. How the fuck are you all miserable on Twitter?
Yeah,
great question.
They suck.
So obviously it doesn't have the same impact as 2001, but just to sort of split the difference, also in the intermediary there in 2000, we got Diablo 2, Majora's Mask, Perfect Dark, Jet Set Radio, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, the first Hitman game, Skies of Arcadia, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Deus Ex, Escape from Monkey Island.
That's my fucking year.
Grandia 2.
Oh, another good one.
Yep. Thief 2, which is an excellent game. Final Fantasy 9. The Sims.
Holy shit.
Oh, man. Yeah, I remember getting that.
Vagrant Story. And WWF No Mercy. Oh, and the first Paper Mario.
I'm going to say something that a lot of people won't give you credit for. That first Hitman game that never made it to consoles is still one of the most brilliant fucking things
it's
ever made. They basically, because a lot of people, I feel like, played the second game, which was really good, but like the first game had it's such a different thing. It was just a sandbox, essentially. They gave you this small little area of Chinatown, and you were free to just figure out how to assassinate your target. And it gets weird. That game gets really weird, which is like something that the later games kind of touched upon, and then it just went off the rails because Square Enix didn't know what to do with the franchise.
Huh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Video game years, the 2023 is poised.
This might be, I was going to say, to be one of the best, for sure.
Yeah, and it's even more impactful because if you think about it, the last couple years, especially due to COVID and new systems and all this stuff, it's been kind of...
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's funny. Y'all said it at the same time. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, but 2023 is like, all right, this is what should have been for the last 2 years. I feel like 2023 was supposed to be spread out over 2021, 2022, and 2023, but they were just like, we ain't gonna get there, so we get it all now.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it too.
Because I mean, how do you get a Zelda and a Mortal Kombat and a Baldur's Gate and a Spider-Man? Jesus Christ!
All the
I
same.
mean, fighting games alone, like
Street Fighter 6,
franchises are
Tekken,
being hit this year.
Tekken
Like, that's
8,
crazy.
like, it's wild, man.
Yeah.
But let's talk about what is playing this week. Just this week, what's going on this week? We'll start with Anthony. What you got?
Don't fucking start. Oh, god damn it. Man, I don't know. Like, nothing anybody gives a shit about. Look, I've been in that zone where I've just come off what I think is my game of the year, which is Pikmin 4. I fought with myself writing the review. I'm like, give it a 9.5. Give it a 9.5. And I was like, why wouldn't I just give it a 10? Is what I fought with myself over that for a while because I was like, man, there's all this stuff that's still carryover from the original Pikmin games. But I'm like, yeah, but those Pikmin games are still great, even though there's like, the Pikmin get caught on terrain and then just kind of turn off and stop following you. That's nothing new to this game, and I could complain about it, but it's like, is it really half a point off? Like, it's easy. Like, it's easier to handle that now. So I've been in a slump because I'm like, outside of playing Baldur's Gate 3 with Terrence, Drew, and Jay,
talk about that.
Which is great, and I mean, like, you're streaming it, so you can come and watch us do it in real time.
For sure.
I was like, maybe try playing Divinity 2, and I started it up, and I'm like, this is great, but this is not for me right now. I'm like, I was looking for something on my Xbox and my Switch and my PS4, and like, just nothing was doing it. And I started up Jack and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, thinking maybe I just need like a simple sort of platformer. Then you realize what time frame that came out in, where they didn't really have the third person camera wholly sorted out. So
it's a little twitchy. I remember revisiting that game, and it bounces a little bit, and
Jack and Daxter 1 was always a little not as polished as Ratchet and Clank.
I'll agree with that. Yeah.
It was out of the main 3 of their mascot platformers, Jack and Daxter was clearly the one that had to change into something else, right? Which it did. It became a GTA clone. Yeah. And 2 and 3, outside of some like checkpointing issues, play a lot better. But it works with the old camera system that they did for Super Mario 64, where they were like, well, people aren't going to really know how to do this yet, so make it a character, right? And that's the reason why the camera controls in Super Mario 64 are a little bit odd, right? Like, to look left, you press right, but that's because you're moving an actual character around Mario is the idea. And so it's that, but it's way smoother, and I kind of hate it. And then I went into the settings of not just the game, but the PS4 to see if I could inverse the left to right on the analog stick. You can't do that on PlayStation.
It doesn't. So, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but PlayStation doesn't have like universal control change. I thought it did.
I can't find a universal control change. What I can find is you can change the button layout of a controller entirely, but you cannot inverse the stick.
Interesting. I always thought you could on PS4. Maybe I was wrong.
Well, let me put it this way. I could not find it because the fucking menu system sucks.
Well, there is that, yes.
And like, when we were dealing with like a simpler time, the cross-media bar was maybe a good idea. But just show me my fucking games altogether, thanks.
Oh no,
I have to scroll all the way to the end to fucking do that. Oh, it just was like, this is terrible. Like, I'm not saying Xbox's solution is
No,
1,000 times better.
It's really not. They all kind of suck.
But it's just like, how the fuck? I open up Steam, it's a list of games, I choose my game, I'm going. And I just cannot fathom how we're not just there.
I really do not know. I
just want to play video games on my fucking console. I don't need it to be a whole experience like Roku app or shit like that. Fuck it.
Dude,
literally,
do you have
my
a Roku
TV can
app?
do 90% of the shit that you're telling me that you have apps for anyways. All TVs basically do that at this point.
Dude, a Roku app is literally just all of your apps on the same screen. It's not, there's nothing fancy about it. Like, literally, that's what it is.
And that's what I mean. Like, it's just like, but all of them do this. Like, even if you go, like, if you go to Netflix, you know, you can easily just quickly access, like, the movies. And it's like, no, you're gonna drop down a level and then select your game. And then if you need to back out, it's not just a button to get to your settings. It's like you have to back out of the game and go up to the settings to get the full settings because it's only partial settings from the It fucking pissed me off. And so, yeah, no, I haven't played much.
Okay. That's fair. So I guess I'll move on to Terrence. What's up?
Hey, man. Hey, listen, I played some stuff. One I can't talk about. Gotta wait on that. But what I will talk about is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We can talk about that.
Is it dead yet? I thought it'd be dead by now.
So it's not. It's close. Cause
Did you think it'd be dead by daylight?
Oh, there you go.
Somebody hit him with the rim shot. Yeah. So it's nobody hit him with it. See, we need to get this.
There you go.
There it is.
That's how it works.
We need to all make sure we have that up so that everybody is ready to hit the soundboard button when it's necessary. Okay, that works. I like the duck. All right, but listen. Okay, so the day of release, I managed to play like 2 matches, and then for like the rest of the day, like I couldn't find a match. And so when you go into matchmaking, and of course it's an online only game, because it's, you know, like Dead by Daylight. When you go into matchmaking, you have 4 minutes. And there's a timer that is, you know, ticking down. And if it doesn't find a match in that 4 minutes, it kicks you back out to the main menu and you got to go back in it. Like that, this happened all like multiple times on launch day. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? It just came out. Like, damn. And this was after you had put in the chat. You was like, oh, it's gonna be dead in 2 weeks. I'm like, damn, it's dead in 2 hours. Like, nigga, it just came out.
I was optimistic with my guess there, which is crazy because this is on Game Pass, like, so people should be playing
exactly. Yeah. So, and come to find out, which is funny, is it was server issues, which is, as you and Drew talked about, because, you know, we all played that game Friday the 13th, came out with the same issues. It had server issues on launch day. So I guess they managed to get that ironed out because I managed to get into some matches. We had some difficulty because I was on PC and my wife was playing on her Series S, and for whatever reason, every time she would try to create a party or join a party, it would tell her there was some sort of a network error. And then when she would try to join mine, it would say that, oh, you're not set up for crossplay, even though I'm playing it on Xbox Game Pass, which is whatever. Anyway, after tinkering and restarts and stuff, we finally managed to play it. So this is a long journey to get to the fucking gameplay of this game. It's not bad. The gameplay. So Dead by Daylight, you're running from a killer. The objective is, you know, you have to power these generators to power the exit gates. Then you have to go to the exit gates to escape. The killers knock you down and they put you on a hook. So in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the difference is, unlike Dead by Daylight, where it's 4 survivors and 1 killer, there are 3 killers in Texas Chainsaw Massacre and 4 survivors, or 4 victims, as they're called. A Leatherface is required, and then they have a couple of other family members, the cook, the hitchhiker, Sissy, and, well, Grandpa, but you can't play as Grandpa. You got to feed him blood, and he's like the team's radar. So every so often he'll send out a pulse, and if you're
Could you imagine explaining this to somebody who's never seen the movies? Like,
oh yeah,
man,
right?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I've only ever seen clips from the original.
Me too.
You're saying this shit, and I'm gonna be honest with you. On a gameplay level, I'm going, yeah, I'm not fucking figuring this out.
Do you know?
Yeah, so
Do you know like
go ahead.
what the killer's thing is? Why they call him Leatherface? Do you know that?
He wears a stitched up mask of human flesh over his face, doesn't
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
it's just like, dude.
Yeah.
that's
he? Yeah, I
fucked
mean,
up.
I know who Leatherface is, and I know kind of the pacing of the first movie, and that's kind of it. Like, and when you're saying I gotta feed blood to Grandpa so he can fucking radar shit, I'm just like, man, on a lore level that sounds dumb, and on a gameplay level that sounds dumb.
That movie became the template for so many horror movies over time of like
Love it.
the fucked up like country family.
The Hills Have Eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I remember.
To me,
The fucking Rob Zombie movie, what was it? House of a Thousand Corpses was
The
exactly the
Munsters.
same story.
Oh.
Yeah. No, not the Munsters.
The Munsters is also a horror, but just in a different
I didn't
sense.
see the Munsters.
It's bad.
I heard it wasn't. Yeah, I heard it was bad. I didn't see
Yeah.
it. I heard it was bad though.
Oh,
But okay, so like
yeah, sorry, continue.
on a no, you're good on a gameplay level. Yeah, it's dumb, but I mean, so to be honest, I haven't played as the family, is what it's called, the killer side, because
the family.
we could have queued for it, but my wife only wanted to do the survivor thing. She doesn't like having to be the killers in those games, so I haven't messed with that side. So I only know intimately what the victim gameplay is about, and it's more more action oriented than Dead by Daylight. So you all spawn in different places and you have to escape where you're being hung up, like you're hung upside down and you fall down. So the thing with this game is it has like a noise meter, so you have to tap X or hold it to do different objectives, whether it's searching a box, grabbing a bone shard, escaping, something like that. But if the noise meter gets all the way up, then you'll get like this red thing around you and your presence is told to the family. So you have to just tap X or whatever to make sure that doesn't go all the way up. This all governed by your attribute skills, which, because you level up as you play matches, and you can put skills in like stealth and proficiency and strength, which all attribute to your escape actions of, searching for stuff, stunning the killers, stuff like that. I mean, if you've seen or heard about any of them gameplay or any of those type of games, those asymmetrical stuff, it's the same thing. I mean, the objective is to escape. The nice thing in this game is instead of it just being one objective for the victims, there's multiple ways for you to escape. The maps are pretty big. So there's always basement exits, but the catch is you have to find a fuse and the fuse box to open that exit door, and then there's another one that requires a valve piece that you have to find, and then you have to attach that to a pressure valve, and then you overload this basement crawl thing that opens up this space to get out. Or you can escape the basement and you have to go through the house or whatever, and then you can get outside and you can escape the driveway, and then there's also a back escape that you can get to. So there's a bunch of different ways for you to get out, but it's really all about teamwork. You can do it, but I think I escaped once by myself, but when I played with my wife, like, we managed to get out a couple of times working together, but it's mainly teamwork based. It's not horrible. I personally like it better than Dead by Daylight. Am I going to devote a bunch of hours to it? Nah, I'm not. I mean, we'll kick around in there every once in a while, maybe like we did with Friday the 13th, but it's not a horrible game. But I mean, it's on Game Pass, so if you like those types of games,
I mean,
but I'm just
ahead.
curious about how these keep coming into effect outside of just being a way to launder money.
I feel like
I don't understand it either.
Like it's so funny to me to listen to you talk about this game. You sound so disinterested the entire time, and you finish it by saying it's not horrible.
Right. Because I don't think Dead by Daylight is horrible. Like it's one of them things. Like, it's good to fuck around with some friends, like me and my wife, and like the kids would play that. We would go in there and have a good time and whatever. But like, it's nothing that I'm going to sit down and put like 40 hours in and like prestige level and all that shit. Like, it's just meh. It's okay. It's a good
Dead by Daylight. At least I understand that on some base level. Not saying it's like an amazing game, but like I understand that there's a game to be played there. Right, like it's easy to understand.
It is by far the easiest.
This is so not that, and I mean, I guess the Friday the 13th one was sort of sort of easy to understand, but like, remember how complex it was that like people figured out how to kill Jason and shit, and it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, part of me is like, is these games actually supposed to be played by people? Because at least with Dead by Daylight, it's basic. Like, I could if you can sum it up into like a paragraph for a friend, cool. But like, Terrence, how do you feed blood to Grandpa?
Yeah, you're right.
What the fuck are we doing? This is the same shit as the fucking dinosaur game that we played, whose name I can't remember.
Can we please clip? Can we please clip Terrence? How do you feed blood to Grandpa?
Yeah, we definitely need to do that.
I need that in my life.
No, I 100% feel you. I mean, and that's the thing, right? So Dead by Daylight is like the easy mode or the beginner mode of these types of asymmetrical stuff because it is very simple and you could sum it up in a paragraph. You're a survivor. You fix generators. You open, which powers the exit doors. You open the exit doors. You escape. There's not a whole lot of moving parts. Yeah, there's some perks and stuff that they give you that may enhance stealth or help you with a health pack or something like that, but it's real simple. Friday the 13th and definitely Texas Chainsaw is the more advanced version. So it's like the leveled up. So now we give you, yes, there's something you have to escape. There's something to escape from. But now instead of just this one thing, now you have to do this. And now you can kill in Friday the 13th, this case, you can kill the person that's attacking you, or you can have a respawn, which if somebody dies, somebody else comes back to take the place. So it just kind of evolved it, but I totally get what you're saying. Because yes, when I was rattling on about Texas Chainsaw, I'm like, damn. And I think I said, I was like, damn, that's a lot before we even got to the gameplay. It's a lot of stuff. It's not bad.
I don't like Anthony said, I just don't understand how these keep getting made. That's
what I'm saying. Like, are we pouring money in to get the investment back so it's clean money now? You know what I mean? Like, they paid us for the Game Pass, and some people will buy it, and that'll cover this cost to clean it.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Am I crazy? Does that not seem like the thing? Like, I'm not saying like all of them are. Like, I don't think Dead by Daylight is at all. I think Dead by Daylight is a legitimate game, and I don't think like Friday the 13th was that either.
What's the same developer?
Like, we've had let me get there. But we've had like an Alien sort of one, and we've had all these. What is it? Evil Dead, and all this shit. And I'm just like,
yeah,
these licenses don't cost nothing, but they're probably on the cheaper end of licensing stuff. You put out a game, you get your Game Pass money. The game survives for a couple months. Some people play it on other consoles and they buy it because of friends or whatever. And then, our money is clean. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it like for 100%. It's weird to me that these keep coming up. They die on the vine, and no lessons are taken away from that. And that's just very odd to me. Because I remember when like Rocket League was big, and Rocket League had competitors, but those died off, and they stopped coming, and we stopped having battle royales constantly, right?
Yeah.
But like, this has not been a recent addition to video games, like this asymmetrical multiplayer. Like, how is there money in this still?
I don't know, but it's not saturated though. That's the other part of it.
No, but what I am saying is like, it's not oversaturated, like, but it is still weird that like, it's not oversaturated. Like, at least when the market gets oversaturated, because the market is really big. The market on none of these games have ever been so big that we need multiples of them. Which is why Dead by Daylight works, is because they just add content to their base game. Instead of having a new game that doesn't connect to their previous title that plays nearly identical.
Isn't Leatherface in Dead by Daylight, or am I crazy?
I believe so.
He is.
Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to clarify that, because like,
and it's funny. It's funny too, because I was telling my wife when we were playing it, which I streamed some of it as well too. I was like, it's crazy. Leatherface looks better in Dead by Daylight than he does in his own game. Like,
there's another one of these. There's another one of these coming, right? The killer clowns from outer space.
Yep. I haven't
Okay.
heard. I think it was like in closed alpha or beta or something like that. But yeah, it's supposed to be coming. Like Anthony said, lessons aren't learned. They're literally just laundering money at this point.
I have to I'm trying to find a way where my brain doesn't go, is this a money laundering scheme? Like I
Yeah,
just can't.
Allegedly.
Yes,
yeah, straight
allegedly.
out.
I mean,
I don't
this
wanna
is
we don't
just
want to get
my
hit with
personal
libel or
opinion.
something.
This is my personal opinion. It's just odd. Like, where's the money coming from?
I mean, they got a Game Pass bag, so there is that.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Ken, is that the money that they put in, they immediately get back by just signing the deal. And then they make a little bit more, the game dies, and then they do the next thing. But like, there still has to be some sort of money into the system. Right? It doesn't, on a business level, I don't see how this is done to other than just to make the money you've spent back, which would only be worthwhile if you're cleaning money. That's it. I'm not even high. I'm just making that clear. This is not like a high thought process. This is literally me going, I just don't get how there's money in the banana stand. Fuck.
I get you. Oh man! First of all, love that show. And yeah, I get what you're saying. Like you're absolutely right. Like
I do know the guys that make these games, the ones that made Friday the 13th and Texas Chainsaw. They're based out of Kentucky, and they're really, really, really huge horror guys. So like,
listen, I'm not saying all of them.
Absolutely.
It's just like like, how the fuck is Killer Clowns? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
How are we getting a Killer Clowns game? What the fuck? Like, why is an Evil Dead game like that died off? No one's playing that. Come on.
I mean, it was good though.
Who's making? I want to know. TerraVision Games is making.
I don't know them niggas. What they doing?
They've literally made two games: Killer Clowns from Outer Space and Captain Toonhead versus the Punks from Outer Space.
Okay. See. Okay. I don't know what to do with that information.
I don't either.
That's so Captain Toonhead
what
is a VR game. Ever wanted to beat up a T-Rex with a chancla?
What'd you say? That sounded racist.
Chancla?
CHANCLA.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck that is. While building powerful towers that shoot pinatas, hot sauce, and heat-seeking fireworks, Captain Toonhead is the VR tower defense game of your cartooniest dreams.
Niggas say hot sauce?
I think that sounded like you just had AI make that up for you. I don't know.
I mean, that's not incorrect.
I don't know, man. These games are
weird.
Look,
you're right. Let me move on.
Yeah, let's move on to another game, because we've already spent more time talking about Texas Chainsaw than it will last on the shelves. Let's go.
We most definitely did. All right, so well, I can't talk about that. I tried to play Wayfinder because it finally released in early access, so I'm trying to play that for a review. The problem is they, I guess, weren't actually ready for the onslaught of people, and they've had server issues since it dropped. Like I managed to get on there and do the tutorial bit, and I haven't played since. Every time I go to play, it's like the queue is 16,000 and there's no timer, and I'm like, exit? I ain't about to sit here for 4 hours while this ticks. Nah, y'all doing a lot. But I went join their Discord, and they're in here like, oh, well, we trying to do this, and we got the login to the queues, and we added this thing, and it's the typical like MMO type stuff. But I will tell you that the game is going to be free to play when it comes out. I think next year or later this year, one of those. Right now it's just on PC and PlayStation 5 and 4, I think. Essentially it's fantasy Warframe is what it is. So they have I think now 6 class characters that are broken into classes. You pick one out of the 3 when you first finish the tutorial, and then the others, much like Warframe, yeah. Oh yeah, fam. Oh yeah. Mostly negative on Steam. Like they hammered the shit out of that negative review because can't nobody play. So, but yeah, you unlock the other characters by running missions and stuff, and you get shards. So it's very much one of those games where you're going to grind for the stuff that you unlock. But gameplay wise, it's not horrible. I mean, I could see some fun to be had with some friends. I don't hate Warframe. My problem with that is that it's so difficult to get into at this point because it has so many moving parts. This coming in at its onset doesn't have as many. It seems pretty basic, like an action RPG, honestly. I mean, it's you run around the overworld and you get missions from different people, and then you go through these rifts and defeat the gloom is what they're fighting. And you have your characters have different abilities. Like the one dude that uses guns can throw fire grenades and has like a dash and stuff like that. So it's very much an action RPG in gameplay, but it's not horrible. I'd love to be able to play some more, but I'm not waiting in a queue of 16,000 other motherfuckers. That's a lot. That's just a lot.
Wayfinder's on its way to get Steam reviews as eloquent as Overwatch 2.
It most definitely is. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Wayfinder's about to find its way to the trash.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because I actually want to play, because this is Airship Syndicate's game. So Joe Mad's studio, which I liked both their games, the League of Legends one that they did. I can't think of the name.
Battle
right
Chasers is the other
and
one
Battle
that you're
Chasers.
thinking of.
Battle Chasers. Yep, that's that comic is great. But so I want to like this, but I mean I can't even play it right now. So we'll see what happens this week. Maybe I can get some time and talk about it next week.
I just want to point out that I threw in the chat that we are literally 17 years to the day from episode 1.
Look at that.
Wow!
Look at how that worked out.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary. We don't have any.
Happy anniversary.
August 20th, 2006 was episode 1.
Wow. That's crazy. I didn't know it was exactly 17 years.
Exactly to the day.
I knew it was getting close.
Shit. Didn't do shit, get stacked.
100% 17 years of bullshit.
17 years of mediocrity, folks.
Next year, the show will be able to vote.
It will be. I hope it votes.
Not for the Republicans have anything to say about that.
Oh, I just found it crazy because I was like sitting here. I was like, wasn't our first episode in August? I wonder what the date was.
Yeah, I knew it was late August.
August.
Wow, look at that. 8/20.
8/20/2006 was episode
8/20 is the show anniversary.
Jesus Christ.
The show anniversary.
17 years. The show is. Fuck.
It's what? Oh no.
Yeah, you disappeared there. You said 17 years the show is, and then you disappeared.
Who, me?
Oh
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no, I didn't say anything. I was
okay.
shocked. I was like,
oh,
my son's 13. Like this show is older than he is.
Wow,
that's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
We better
my wife and I just had our 16-year wedding anniversary yesterday or 2 days ago. So, with the show is older than that.
See, you know where it's first. It was first. The show was first before everything. Jesus Christ! There's only 2 OGs left. What's up with that?
I know, it's crazy. All the rest of them bailed.
Losers.
All right.
What other games you got? You got.
I mean that's it for real. I mean I booted up Shadow Gambit.
What the fuck is that?
It's Shadow Gambit: The Cursed Crew. It's a tactical. How would you describe it? I guess a tactical RPG. Do you ever play Is it Desperados?
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Came out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's just this one is like pirate themed, instead of Wild West. So, and you have like abilities, like you are cursed, and you have like this ship that talks to you, and you put together a crew, and it's very much like Desperados.
Is it made by the same team? Because they also made like a samurai one, right?
Yeah, there is a samurai. Hang on, it might be. See.
I wonder if it's that same developer because they seem to have a thing. And
I liked Desperados. Let's see, it's done by.
It's good radio.
Me Games. What the world?
The fuck is? Well, okay.
Yeah, you're right. It's the same studio. They did Shadow Tactics, Blades of the Shogun, which is good. They did Desperados 3. And then yeah, Shadow Gambit. So yeah, this is just their thing.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
if you got a thing and you do it well, more power to you.
Yep. This one looks like they published it themselves too, so good for them. The other ones they had publishers, so they developed and published Shadow Gambit. But it's pretty good, so I'm gonna mess with that some more. But yeah, that's all. That's all I've been playing, man. That I
Okay.
can talk about.
Move on to the wombat. Okay.
All right, well, I've only got one thing I'm allowed to talk about, and that's Zelda, which I've talked a lot about already. So I am on the Water Temple. I have done a lot of stuff, and still have 2 temples to go. I've unlocked all the tiers, and watched all those. I've done a whole bunch of side missions and stuff like that, and I decided, you know what, I probably should actually do the freaking dungeons instead of putting it off any longer. So
It does help to get all of the powers.
Yeah,
So
I figured. So I've got to I got to do the Water Temple, and then I got to do the Gerudo one. So I did a sleep in the Water Temple. I've got, I think, 3 more fountains to go, so we'll get that one polished off and go to work on the Gerudo one and finish that game up.
fucking Gerudo one has a tower defense on the way to the temple.
Oh boy,
It's crazy. It's not hard, but it's still like
Okay.
crazy that it just popped up in the middle of the game. Like, yeah, let's do a tower defense. Like, what?
what? Yeah, and then the other, as Ken said on Twitter, I'm also playing Starfield, but I can't talk about that. So.
Yep. Well, we literally can only say we're playing Starfield. Like,
Yep. Which I just said.
yeah, we're good.
We're good.
That's it. Yep.
All right. Well, I am also playing Starfield, which I'm not going to tell you about, unfortunately. I think. Well, like next week, Jay's coming on to talk about Armored Core. I think Terrence, you can talk about Sea of Stars next week, and then I think we have to wait until the 31st. So it'll be 2 shows from now. I'm going to talk about Starfield. Crazy, man. I can talk about Mortal Kombat 1 though. So I played a bunch of the pre-order beta.
Oh, it was this weekend. Damn,
Yeah.
you had a lot of stuff this weekend.
Yeah, well, I put that fatality in the Discord chat, as Terrence always complains. People just skim over this shit. Well, you obviously.
I appreciate that. I saw it, yo. I did. I saw it. I just thought I didn't realize that was from you. I thought you just posted that.
No, that was my gameplay, son. Like
Nice. Okay.
I will tell you, this is the best feeling Mortal Kombat has been since they started since like 9 started. Like just doing combos and like the gameplay itself just feels so good. It's so fast and fluid, and like and I know I've complained about this for when that game come out in 92, so 30 years I've complained about the fact that I just can't hold back to block. I don't know why that's still a thing, but like other than that, it's the best feeling Mortal Kombat I've played. Like it's so fluid, and Johnny Cage is so fun to play. Oh my god, he's so fun to play. Lee May is fun to play, which is weird because like I have such a disdain for the 3D era characters because most of them suck. Like you just start to hate them because they just were not interesting characters. And it's like, did NetherRealm just like not have good character? Does like I don't know why they didn't catch back then, but like I really dig Lee May now. Like she's really fun to play. She's got all these cool moves, and she just seems like a more interesting character. I don't know what it is, so I'm really, really, really excited for this game. Obviously, can't wait to play it. When it comes out it's September 19th, right? So it's like
19th.
Yeah, it's like a month away.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited about that. I've been playing Madden. I can't remember if I talked about Madden last week, but I have been playing Madden. So last year, one of the big issues that cropped up with this game was like interceptions were really, really heavy. Like you would throw like 3 or 4 a game, which was crazy. Like, it just felt really broken. This year's game feels like my receivers can't hang on to the ball. Like, anybody who knows anything about football, I play as the Raiders, and we probably have one of the best receivers in the NFL, in Devontae Adams. And I can throw 4 or 5 passes to him in a game, and he'll drop 3 or 4 of them. And I'm like, that dude doesn't drop passes. Like, why is every pass that I throw to him dropped? So there's always something when these games first launch that are just, it's just mind-boggling that these things are happening. Another issue that I've run into is, and I don't know if it's the way the game like loads back and forth between, so it supposedly runs at like 120 frames a second, but when like after you finish a play, you'll get like that close-up kind of like cutscene of like the players walking back to the huddle or whatever. And it feels like the frame rate is dropping there, which is weird because I've got it on performance mode as opposed to fidelity mode. And I shouldn't be seeing drops, so I hope they iron that out. Because everything else around it is really good. Like, the changes they've made to franchise mode are really good. Like, the training camp updates are really good. I don't touch the card game bullshit like most people who play sports games outside, that actually play the sports games. Like, I feel like there's 2 audiences. People that play the card games and people who don't.
Yeah.
So I don't even touch that mode. So I don't know what they've changed to it. I'm sure it's just more money somewhere.
Oh, sure.
But no, I'm really having a good time with it. I think I'm only like 8 games into my season. And I'm sure, like literally before this game came out, I finished my last season of Madden 23 the day before this one came out. So that's how long I play these games. So, yeah, I play a lot of Overwatch. I'm not gonna talk about that. I played some.
He's hurting my feelings, and then I'm gonna go play Overwatch.
I'm gonna play it anyway. You know I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, I know. That's why. This is why you get hurt.
I mean, I get hurt anyway, but you know,
Alright.
it's 7 years, man. I can't stop at this point. At this point, like I'm just gonna play till that game's dead.
Man, I've been smoking crack 25 years. Can't stop now. That's basically what you just said.
Dude,
Fucking
you
get the
can't
fuck out of
compare
here.
Overwatch to smoking crack. Smoking
I
crack
don't
has
know,
benefits.
man. With you? Did you say crack has benefits?
You didn't let me finish my joke. That's what you promised. You interrupted me before you let me finish my joke.
Oh, shit. Oh, that was good. Oh, man.
Oh, shit. No, the thing is, it's like, and you know this, Anthony, you know this, Terrence, when that game, like, it's so fun to play when it works. It hurts.
When everything is firing on all cylinders, it's a great time.
Oh.
Hey, Ken.
No,
Hey,
Ken,
it's an awful time.
Ask me if I know that.
I know you don't know that.
Yeah, right. Why don't I know that?
Because you didn't play it.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
I just want to
shit.
make that public.
I mean, there's not enough Eurojank in it for you. I get
true.
it.
That is true.
Oh, shit. No, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to play that game until it's dead. I just can't help it. At this point, like, even my wife quit playing it, and you know she played it more than I did when she played it.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
And
Man.
like, every day I come out, she's like, how your game's going? I'm like, about nowhere. She's like, I don't know how you still play that game. I was like, I don't either. I don't. But I do. Like, I can't help myself. I'll be playing other games, and I'm like, I'll just go run a couple matches. It'll be fine.
See, it's wild because this weekend when I saw on Discord, because it showed you were playing Overwatch, and I was like, ain't no way in the world if I had Starfield that I would be fucking around in Overwatch this weekend.
Man, you say that, but you've had big games, and you go play some other shit too. You know you do.
Yeah, for real. You right. You right.
There's some kind of dopamine in my brain that settles my brain because I've been playing
There's
that
definitely
game.
dope.
Well, no, I'm not you. I'm not
That's
you.
not what I meant that more as an insult, not about a drug conversation.
But like, there's just
Oh,
like
man.
it is an addiction at this point. Like where if I don't play it, I get antsy
Yeah.
because I've been playing it for 7 fucking years.
7 years. Yeah, I get it. I think we all, I think 100% understand, but at the same time, we all like giving you shit about it. So.
Oh, I mean, I'm the only one left to give shit about it. Like everybody else,
You are too.
come and
Everybody
gone
else
and quit. I'm out here by myself dealing with these fucking.
You know what?
people.
Get your son into it, and then you can run with him.
He did play
Does
it.
he like it?
He's done. He didn't. It's not.
Oh,
his
he
game.
already out.
No, he's already out.
Damn. All right, man.
He played it a while. I think it was like a few years ago, and he played a little bit, but no, he's like, nah.
That was my trick.
He's a Battlefield guy.
Got
Like
the kids into it.
he plays Battlefield all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
A man of culture, I see.
Yeah, he plays Battlefield and Roblox. Those are his two jams right now. So.
Okay, well, Roblox. All right.
Yeah.
He's a kid. Battlefield, I'll give it to him.
Shit, my wife plays Roblox all the time. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what? The more I talk to some of my other friends, like Roblox must just be fucking
Don't
great. Like,
fucking get involved with that shit, Terrence. I swear to Christ.
I am 100% not. But everybody that I've talked to, that even the ones that ain't even like hardcore gamers, like, oh yeah, I play Roblox and this on my phone, and I'm like, damn, everybody play Roblox but me. Like...
No, I don't play it. So. All right, I'll run through a handful of indie games. So they sent a lot of indie games this week, but like so many of them, I booted them up. I'm like, oh, this is a visual novel. Nope. Oh, this is a tactics RPG. Nah.
Yeah.
I think there was a couple roguelikes. I'm like, nah. So I only played 4. I'm going to talk about them in the order of their importance. So I play Die After Sunset, which is a third-person action game. And I started playing, I was like, okay, well, the camera's a little twitchy, maybe I can get used to it. And then I finished the first area, and it's like, pick your upgrade. This is a roguelike. I'm like, nope, delete, bye.
Oh,
They got him.
I'm like, I'm out. Nope. The next one is Dust and Neon, which this one's kind of cool. It's like an isometric perspective. It's like a cowboy game, so you got like a 6-shooter. You hold the left trigger to aim, and then you shoot. It's kind of fun. I mean, it just kind of is what it is. Marble It Up Ultra, I was hoping for like a Marble Madness style game. It's more like a cheap monkey ball, where it's just roll the marble and dodge the obstacles to get to the goal. It was fun for like 10 levels, then I'm like, alright, I don't really want to play this anymore. And then the one we talked about last week, I got to check out was Shinobi Non Grata. And this game is cool. This game is also very hard. So, I got through the first level, I got to the boss, and he just wrecked me. But it is a left.
Was it like Shinobi?
What do I want to compare it to? More. What was that Devolver samurai game?
there's a lot. It's not the Samurai Zero or whatever, right?
No, it's the one where you're like going through the office building. It's relatively recent.
Oh, you use the sword to like deflect
Yeah.
stuff and all.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't think of the name either, but I've played that one.
So
yeah.
the control,
Katana Zero.
Katana Zero.
Yeah.
Controls
Ah.
remind me of that, where like you can slash in any direction, up, down, left, right. You can do like fancy flips and cut people. You can throw stars. You've got like a list of weapons at the top. You can cycle through with the right and left bumper, like a grappling hook, or like you got one of those, like a blade on the end of a rope that you can spin around. I don't know what they're called. But like all those kind of tools and stuff, and it's really fun. The art style is really, really good. It feels fantastic to play, but it is very much like take a few hits and you're dead, start over kind of game. It's very hard.
Oh,
So
old school.
yeah, it's old school hard, but it's fair and it's fun, and I had a lot of fun with it. So if you're into, it's very violent. So like you literally like slicing people and blood flying everywhere. So it's pretty cool. But no, that game is very cool. And I think that's it. I'm still working my way through Blaster Master Zero. Still enjoying that game. And then I played a bunch of Starfield, which I can't talk about. So probably get some more Mortal Kombat in today before the beta ends.
Is it in today or tomorrow?
They pushed it 7 hours for some reason, so I think it goes through early tomorrow afternoon. So
Nice.
I don't know. But let's talk about this week. This week is, wow, a lot of stuff coming this week. Ride 5, this is Series X, PlayStation 5. Ride 5 Special Edition. Immortals of Avium, we'll finally know what that is. Like, is that good? I don't know.
Damn, I guess EA ain't even fucking with us.
No, I talked to
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I'm going to guess launch day codes for that. We'll find out.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if anybody maybe they do. Maybe PR is weird, dude. Like I don't know. I know we like people are like, you guys got Starfield. Holy cow, dude! Everybody got Starfield. Did you see Twitter on whatever day that was? Like there's dudes
Everybody
with
got Starfield.
yeah, like there's dudes with YouTube channels with like 5 viewers. They're like, I got a Starfield code. I'm like, Jesus.
Yep. I was like, damn, they gave it to everybody to ask for one. Shit, I should have asked.
Like, dude, there's just so many codes of Starfield floating around. It's fucking hilarious. But so like you can get that game early, but like Immortals of Avium, it's like, well, you know, only certain sites will get it early. It's like, PR is weird. Yeah. I don't get it. Smurfs Kart, which I'm not gonna lie, I'd play that. Kart racing Smurfs.
Is that Game Mill?
No, it's Microids, I think.
Oh, okay.
WrestleQuest is coming finally.
Finally.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see if it comes out. Get delayed at the 11th hour again. Red Raptor. Blasphemous 2, which reviews came out last week and everybody fucking seemed to love. I love the aesthetic of the first game, but it's a Souls shit, so I didn't get into it. Saints Row, A Song of Ice and Dust. That's a good name. I'm not gonna lie, but I just don't know.
The LARPing part of that Saints Row game was a lot of fun. I don't know if you got that far. Oh, you finished it. Yeah, I liked the LARPing stuff. That was cool.
I just don't know if I want to play that game anymore.
Same.
Like,
I feel it.
I enjoyed
that's where I'm at.
Like 15 hours or whatever it took me to beat it, but like I feel like I got what I wanted out of that game.
Yeah.
Shotgun King, The Final Checkmate. The Expanse Episode 3 is out this week. Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. Man, I really want to play this.
Me too.
I love some Armored Core.
I've seen some gameplay from various developers and stuff that they put out there. It looks so good, so fast, smooth.
Man, I
love me some mech.
Yeah, I want to play some Armored Core. I might pick that up because I didn't review it. So I think Jay's review is in the books. I've got it. It'll be out on Wednesday, I believe. But yeah, I want to play that. Ashina the Red Witch and Truth.
It looked cool. It's one of those full motion video where you're like trying to figure out, I guess, if people are lying to you, like the video. I saw one of the actors from Star Trek Voyager on there, and I was like, oh shit, Ensign Kim, he got good for him getting work. All right, so yeah, kind of looked interesting.
Okay. PlayStation 5, pretty much all the same games except also Firewall Ultra and Fort Solace, which I keep forgetting there's a code for that game sitting in my inbox that I have not even messed with.
What is it? I don't know what that is.
I think it's a third-person, like, space horror adventure game or something. I don't know. Like, the PR told me it was like, it's not a long game. He said it was like 4 to 6 hours or something like that. And I was like, man, I kind of really want to play that. I just never got around to it. So,
okay. I was wondering if it was like that Quantum.
Fucking
firefighter
Super
game?
Firefighter.
Yeah,
Quantum Error.
Quantum Error. Yeah, I was something like that.
I just want to mention in Japan this week they're getting Fantavision 2020X, and that's wild.
Yeah,
wow.
Well.
You want to play Fantavision? Do you remember playing Fantavision?
I do not want to play Fantavision.
I do not want to play it, but I do remember playing it, so I do not want to play it. But why is it? Is that a new one? Like it's a new?
Yeah, it's new Fantavision. Yeah.
Damn.
Crazy.
Okay.
That was a PS2 launch game.
Mm-hmm.
Which is one of the it's one of the 15 PS2 on PS4 games that is available. It's hilarious. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, mostly the same games. Virgo versus the Zodiac, Logic King, Desperate Vladivostok. That's a mouthful. House Flipper Pets Edition. Are we making dog houses? That's weird.
Yes, and flipping them.
Wow.
Okay.
And flipping them.
Just don't flip them when the dog's inside it.
I mean, why not? That's the fun part.
I mean, you can try it.
Man, when we went to Kings Island a couple weeks ago, like they have a giant Snoopy doghouse that like kids can go in and get a picture taken. Fucking wild.
Yep.
And Metal Tails Overkill, whatever that is.
Metal Tails.
Metal
Yeah.
Tails. Xbox.
Snoopy? Really? Do kids know who Snoopy is? I mean, I'm sorry, I just thought about that.
Of course they
Yeah.
know who. Well, actually,
I mean, my kid does.
I want to tell you this funny story. So we were there. We were walking through the Snoopy area, and there was like a family, and the kid's like, "Who's that?" And the dad, I could hear him talking to. He's like, "Motherfucker, don't you know that's Linus? Don't you notice?"
That would be me talking to my kids. Like, nigga, that's Linus. You don't know about
Yeah.
Linus?
There's actually a Snoopy statue there. Oh, this is going to be a weird tangent, but there's a Snoopy statue there that my wife has taken my son to get his picture taken next to basically every year since he was little. And so every year we have this picture of my son next to this statue, and you see him getting progressively closer to taller than the statue. Well, then they took it away 2 years ago. And so we're like, oh, that sucks. We're not going to be able to complete the series of pictures. And then they brought it back this year. So now we gotta take him back and have his picture taken next to the picture this year. As long as he'll put up with us taking him back to get his picture taken next to the statue.
Oh man, I don't know if your son's anything like mine, but any excuse to go to that fucking place, he'd be like, "Yeah, let's go."
Yeah, my son doesn't like Kings Island all that much. He likes the water park, but he doesn't like roller coasters. So
oh god, my son
he is very unlike his mother and I in that regard.
Yeah, it's crazy. My son is like wild on these roller coasters. He's like, "Let's do them all."
Yep, that's my kids.
Yeah, he was running wild. Like I tried to get him. I don't know. There's like something where Phantom Theater used to be, where the Smurf ride used to be, and I was like, "You want to
go?" Blasters.
Yeah, and he's like, "You want to check?" I was like, "You want to check that out?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Your old man is tired of walking. Can we go just like ride some shit that's just like slow?"
Right.
He's like, "No, we're not doing that." I was like, "Okay." I'm like, "Well, then we're gonna play Ride the Bench for 10 minutes." So that.
That's right.
All right. Xbox One, pretty much the same stuff. Overdriven Evolution and Tanky Tanks.
Oh, Tanky Tanks.
Oh, Tanky. What was that Wii U launch game? Tank Tank Tank. Remember that?
No.
Nobody remembers Tank Tank Tank.
I do.
That game,
You could take not good.
Well, you could take a picture of your face and put it on the monster or something, right?
I don't know.
I think you could do that.
I mean, you can do that maybe. In Wii U. They had that was a DS game that I think it was the built-in one that you could do that. You could take a picture
Face
of your
Raiders.
Face.
Yeah. My son used to
Face
play
Raiders.
the shit out of Face Raiders.
Me too. Yeah, that was good. It was fun. That was a good shit.
All right, it's time for the Nintendo Switch, and it's time to play. Guess which game is the
Lord.
horniest?
I love this game.
All of them.
Anthony, get ready. Get your Google ready.
No, I'm good.
So we got Brave Bow Archer Princess Rescue Simulator. We're kicking right off. Let's.
Jesus, we in it.
Lost Forest. Alice Escaped. I bet she didn't. Okay, what? Curse Crackers, For Whom the Bell Toils.
Okay, I'm gonna Google it. This is not. Hold on. What?
Curse Crackers. And it is
First
for
Crackers.
And it's For Whom the Bell BELLE toils. I'm not even kidding. What?
Wow, that's the whole thing. Okay. Can we open the link?
It looks like a old Game Boy Color game. It actually looks pretty fucking cool. It's an acrobatic. Now that you say that, I'm like, yeah, it does look like Arrow the Acrobat, sort of 2D platformer where you play as Belle and her companion Chime, jumping, vaulting, and swinging your way through levels in a world inspired by classic handheld games. Chase down Bonnie and her crew of troublemakers to get your boyfriend back. Yeah, it's kind of got like a mix of Shantae and Wario Land in there too. It's actually looks pretty good.
This is the problem when you put your game on the Nintendo Switch and I just read the name of it. I just assume the worst.
Oh yeah,
Right.
100%.
This actually came out too in last year on PC. And I mean, it has very positive reviews on Steam for all
Well,
125.
I mean,
so
there you go. I guess that's one way to get attention
Yeah.
is to make a weird fucking name and be like, well, what is this? I'm like, oh, it actually looks cool.
Yep.
Gensha, King of the Hat, Norn 9, The Last Era, Pinball Effects, Williams Pinball, Star Trek The Next Generation, Retro Mystery Club Volume 1, The Isashima Case, Retro Revengers, Word Search.
Sorry, what was that? Okay, before Retro Avengers, what was that?
Retro Mystery Club Volume 1, the ISE Shima Case. I suppose it's like Isashima.
Oh, very interesting. It looks like an old NES game, sort of where you would choose like where to talk and who. Like, I'd like to look at this. It's kind of, I'm kind of impressed. Yeah, inspired by Famicom Detective Club series. Huh. Interesting.
Giant Wishes, Little Devil, Foster Mayhem, Loop Hero. I'm assuming that's a physical version. Wild Agachi Virtual Pet. That's okay. And then Anthony, you said earlier like they stopped with the Rocket League clones, but on Switch this week we get Rocket Car Ultimate Ball League machines.
Wow.
Well, that's clearly
What?
from that that's clearly from that developer that always names their shit like absurd things just for the SEO.
Well, yeah. Couldn't think of what that was.
Oh man, this Curse Crackers game looks cool.
Okay. All right. Giant wishes. Okay. Oh, okay. That's feet. All right.
What?
happening?
Huh?
What's going on?
All I heard was that's feet, and I'm like,
I
what?
was like, giant wishes, and then Nintendo's like, how about you put in your age? And I was like, all right, let's do this. And
God, he's gonna put something in the chat, and
this
it's really
is no,
gonna disturb
I'm not,
me.
no. But all I'm gonna say
Oh,
is,
Lord.
after being a young florist named Rooney decides to find a giant woman who is desperate to repair her vegetable garden and barter for her help.
God, I'm so glad you said
giant-
vegetable.
Giant Wishes is a visual novel following Rooney's path to grow bigger and stronger, to make others respect her, and to fend for herself. Explore four possible and oh god. Follow a girl's personal mission to become a giant.
Okay.
Oh, her personal mission to become a giant? Is that what you just said?
Okay.
Could be a giant.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
I don't.
Would you like our journey?
Comical tale filled with giantess-driven jokes and situations. Guys, it's definitely not my fetish. It's jokes, guys.
Guys,
What's a giantess-driven joke? What does that even mean?
I want you to know that you're gonna need to go do some spelunking.
Okay, all right, I got you.
This is a fucking picture on their gut.
No, see, he said he wasn't gonna put it.
I
Oh
wasn't
my
going to, but
god!
I thought the
Oh
text
my
would be-
god! Why? Why?
We're hitting a couple of different fetishes here, I guess.
There's French
Yeah.
fries. There's French fries there.
It's fucking-
I hate when I get French fries under my feet.
I mean,
It's not only is it terrible art, it is just clearly just this vehicle for the fetish.
Oh,
What
no.
fetish? I
That's
don't know.
Wild.
The
That's
French
wild.
fry under the foot fetish.
Yeah,
you know
that's
about that?
Ugh.
That's a
whole
thing.
thing.
There's a
Whole
whole
thing.
website dedicated to it. I don't know if you know.
That line 100% sounds like it would be a lyric in an early 2000s emo song.
For
I
sure.
mean, true.
I glance at her and I get French fries under my foot.
Okay.
Oh.
That's all the new
I hate
release.
her and I love her.
Oh my god. Alright, let's do some news.
Oh, I love it here. Oh, okay.
Minecraft has been rated for Series X console or Series consoles in Germany, so maybe we finally get that ray tracing.
Really
I thought that already
surprised
launched.
that we don't have that already.
Yeah, I thought it already had come out.
No.
All right.
Starfield news from the Starfield Q&A. You can buy or earn houses. Parents will look similar to the player character. Some items are considered contraband and can be smuggled in special ship modules. You can go to jail. Over 20
Awesome.
different characters can join the crew, and mechs are not usable. Boo earns.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I read about the mech thing. That sucks. You can't use them.
The game has gone gold. Preload begins August 17th for some Starfield players. Anybody get the joke? Okay.
Yes.
I do. Yeah.
And August 30th is when you can preload on Steam. So there's all your Starfield weekly news. Xbox introduces an enforcement strike system. A player can receive a total of 8 strikes. Each strike remains on your record for 6 months. Everyone starts with 0 strikes. Every strike gets a suspension. First strike is 1 day. 8th strike is 385 days.
Well, I'm sure. Give it about 6 months, and I'm sure Terrence will be able to tell us all about the strike system.
Yes.
Man, you beat me to it. I was just about to. I was going to say that. I was going to dunk on myself, but that's
But he can't.
Don't worry, I'll play all in.
Because his Xbox is dead.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Then there's that. But yeah, I mean, well, I still got the PC stuff, so I mean, I'm still technically in the Xbox.
Yeah, but the
ecosystem,
PC people are just toxic in general, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's
Not wrong
true.
there either.
That's true. Yeah,
So.
yeah.
What do we got next? Let's talk about this. Yes. Microsoft has announced that the Xbox 360 store will close on July 29th, 2024. You can still play already purchased games. Multiplayer can still be played as long as the publisher is supporting it, and backwards compatible titles will still be able to be purchased on Xbox One/Series X.
Got it. So it's just buying games on your 360.
Yes, but this means that there will be about I think somebody did the math, like 250 games that will no longer be purchasable anywhere.
Wow.
These are games that are only on 360 that are not backwards compatible. They just will not be able to be purchased anymore, which is the problem we had when when Sony announced the PS3 store was closing.
Yep.
And it's just as bad here. See, initially when they announced this, which is why I was, out on Twitter talking about it, was like, I thought that they said that you could still buy them on the website. So like the backwards compatible games, the non-backwards compatible games, you could just go to, I think it's like marketplace.xbox.com and just buy them there. But I guess they're shutting that website down as well, so you won't even be able to buy games that are not backwards compatible. Which really sucks.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah.
I don't... I mean, I know, like, business-wise, I know they have math.
I would rather... My thing is, like, look, I understand that the emulator that they use is very custom for every game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was kind of the point. Could you please just release, like, a base emulator and be like, look, your mileage may vary.
I mean...
And just allow that to exist so I can just play the games I can download. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
I'd rather you just... this is my issue with Sony's on the PlayStation 3. Obviously, PlayStation 3 stuff on 4 and 5 are going to be difficult, but on PlayStation 3, like, their second model that they released was only software backwards compatibility for PlayStation 2, and some games didn't run properly. But you know what? I would have paid money to be able to play my PS2 games on my PS3. Like, just let me do it and just make it very clear, like, look, this is going to have issues with certain games. This is what we're releasing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like any part of this. I don't like these stores shutting down. It sucks because you had Phil Spencer out there. What was it, like a year ago? Like, we need to make more emulation legal so that we can keep games out there, and then like you're gonna shut down the store.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, me personally, I think I own a big chunk of those games. But think about how many like Xbox Live Arcade games are gonna disappear. Like the 360 stuff, whatever. Like, you can probably still get the discs, right? Like, they're still floating around out there. But like some of those digital-only games, they're just gone. And it's just... I don't like it.
Yep.
I don't
like it.
Like, I know all those games are archived somewhere. Like, you can find them in the nefarious places and all that, but, like, the normal person doesn't do all that crap.
No.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and if you want people to not find them in nefarious places, then you need to make them available in non-nefarious places.
exactly. Like,
Exactly.
there's so much money to be made on these old games. Like, it can't cost that much, right? Like, I don't know.
I wouldn't think, but
Anyway, it sucks. It's not cool. But, I mean, they probably have numbers that are saying, like, only 100 people bought games on the 360 store last month, which is probably true.
Which is
Yeah.
probably true because certain backwards compatible games can be bought from their main store.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, of course they don't have to go to the old version of it.
Yeah. I think the last time I bought a game on the 360 store was when the only place you can buy Half-Life, the Orange Box collection, digitally is on the 360 store. Like, even though it's backwards compatible, you can't buy it on the new store. Which sucks.
Messed up.
Anyway. Nintendo news. New trailer for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the hidden treasure of Area Zero DLC. All starters are back in the game, and they teased a 19th Terra type. There's so much of that doesn't mean anything to me. So,
Yeah, Pokemon is doing a lot.
the Pokemon Company is having conversations about how they could increase the quality of future games without reducing the constant release schedule. Okay. And Splatoon 3, the Drizzle season, starts September 1st, including new weapon stages and returning Salmon Run stages. 3 new Splatoon 3 amiibos are planned to launch on November 17th.
Who is the Drizzle?
Who is the Drizzle?
who is the Drizzle?
He you, boy?
It's you.
It's
Hey,
you,
you.
boy. What are you talking about? That's not me. We're never in the same place twice. I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
I do too. That show's so good.
It's the best.
Release dates: Thunder Ray launches September on Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and PC. The Making of Karateka launches August 29th on everything except Switch. It'll be out on Switch shortly after. The Shuyan Saga coming to everything on September 22nd. It's already out on PC. Everybody's favorite Fireman game, Quantum Error, has announced their release date, November 3rd, on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC at a later point, which means never.
Right.
TMNT Shredder's Revenge Dimension Shell Shock DLC launches August 31st. I will be there for that. RoboQuest leaves early access this fall. Oh look, Curse Crackers, For Whom the Bell Toils, is on this list. It's out August 24th. Blaze Blue Entropy Effect launches today in early access on Steam. So that's out now. To the Moon Beach episode launches later this year. Mediterranean Inferno launches August 24th on Steam. I'm sad that I have to read this. Mega Man X Dive Offline launches September 1st on PC and mobile.
That game's probably going to still suck.
I played that. It's the mobile. I didn't know they made or they were doing an offline version because it's a mobile gotcha game. I mean, the levels are Mega Man levels, but you get character shards and that typical stuff. So I wonder how it's going to look offline. Huh?
Yeah, I played it too. I wasn't. Yeah, it's fine.
It makes
Yeah,
me
it was just
sad
fine.
that Capcom, as good as they've been lately, has not found a way to bring back Mega Man. Mega Man 11 was good.
If they did Mega Man Legends 3, man.
Yeah, that's
they
right.
Might see something. I don't know why they tripping.
Thank you,
Mega Man
Taryn.
Legends
Thank
3.
you.
No.
You're welcome. You know I got you, man.
Just
You
give
know I got
numbered.
you.
Just stick to the numbered Mega Mans. They were the good ones.
I mean, you can do both. You can do both.
Right.
But you can do neither, which is what Capcom does.
Well, yeah, fuck them for that.
Exactly. That's a
That's what I
wrong
said.
decision there.
Everhood Eternity Edition coming to everything September 28th, but it's already out on Switch and PC. The Crack Pet Show Happy Tree Friends Edition coming to everything September 7th. And a rumor...
Okay, that title makes sense now. All right, go ahead.
Yep. Rumor Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl launching December 1st according to PlayOn's online shop. So apparently,
Is that one
Stalker
exclusive? Is it an Xbox exclusive?
yeah, timed,
Mm.
which is dumb, fucking stupid
Yeah.
shit. Which, by the way, Gamescom is Tuesday, so I totally forgot Gamescom was here. Like there's an ad on my dashboard for Xbox.
Yeah.
Like their
Yep.
their
Yeah.
I
shows.
saw that too. It's too. Yep.
Yeah. So and apparently Xbox is going all out for Gamescom, so maybe we get some announcements. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping so, which is kind of nice. But yeah, because
Assassin's
I meant to mention that. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Like, I love Gamescom week, because then, like, the week after is Tokyo Game Show, so, like, there's usually some pretty cool
Mhm.
announcements over the next couple weeks.
Yep.
Assassin's Creed Mirage has gone gold, will now launch a week earlier on October 5th. And Alan Wake 2 was delayed, like, 10 days to October 27th.
Praise the Lord.
The delay?
Because there's so many games out. Like, and Alan Wake is one of, I can't even say the only, Jesus Christ, one of my most anticipated games this year. And it pushing back gives me more time with Starfield and something else. Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
But Spooderman's also out in October, right?
20th, yeah.
Yeah, but
Same
that
I'm
day.
one-
so glad I don't
wait
have to
on it.
worry about most of these.
See, that's where I'm at with Spider-Man because I don't have a PlayStation, so that's going to be later.
Oh.
I might,
You don't got an
unless
Xbox
one of my
either.
kids get it.
Yeah, that's true.
I have ones in the house. I just don't have one.
But
That's
now you gotta
mine.
share.
Yeah, now I got to share. So is where we at. But it'd be
It sounds like you have to pull parental privileges and just take that
nigga,
console.
you know it for sure. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it looks like Starfield's out, and you just rip the console out of the wall. I'll be taking
Oh,
this.
Yeah, see, I'm actually cool with Starfield on my PC because I want to see how the 60 if I can even run 60 FPS. I might not with my specs. We'll see. But yeah, for sure, with something big like that, oh yeah. Now I know this was your Christmas present, but I'm gonna need this. You'll be fine. Like yeah,
That's
they'll
why
live.
there are 3 Xboxes in my house, one for each person.
Yeah, I feel it. That's how it is here. There was 3, but yeah, like I'm gonna get mine eventually.
Boy, that was
Just,
the
you
most
know.
privileged white thing I've ever said.
I wasn't gonna put you out there, but you damn Skippy. It was absolutely.
It's like most people. Like I try to beat that into my son's head. Like I'm always like, most kids don't have a 4K 55-inch TV and an Xbox in their bedroom.
I tell my kids that all the time. Like you little spoiled motherfuckers out here with flat screens and systems and cell phones. And when I was a kid, I ain't have none of that shit, nigga. My mama, look, and most kids today ain't got that. Like, yeah, you gotta let them know.
I
So I'm
try,
trying to
but
raise
it doesn't work because I spoil my damn self. I bought a recliner last week for my office.
Nice.
I can't say nothing to it. I'm like, yeah.
No, that's an example too. You say, son, listen, this right here, you work hard, you can play hard. All right, so that you turn it into a lesson for him.
Like you see my Batman setup for my work desk. That's because I work hard.
Yeah. See, you do when you work hard, you get all of this stuff. See, and he'll be like, oh, well, damn, I don't work hard, so I can get a Batman set up in a nice ass recliner.
That's right. Well, you don't get the recliner though.
No.
No.
That's the
You
other
might pay
part.
for it, but you don't get it.
See, the problem is that we're not going to be able to get them out of the house. They're just going to be like 19, 20 years
Yeah.
old. Be like, it's time for you to move out. But like, why?
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's the problem. So we've got in our house, we've got a loft upstairs where my son's bedroom is, and that's like the loft area is where his game consoles and his computer desk are. My wife's office is up there too. And he said, it'd be really nice to have like a small kitchen up here so that I would never have to come downstairs. And I'm like, motherfucker, what you were asking for is an apartment.
Right.
And you are 13 years old.
Exactly.
Before anyone complains, I did not call my son a motherfucker.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, I thought that was a standard practice. No, I was just...
No, that's the one thing I try not to cuss at the kids because my mama
No,
never did that
definitely
to
not.
us. Like, you little asshole. Like my mama, because I hear, white people talk, they kill like that all the time. I'm like, damn, hope that boy's self-esteem is okay. But like, my mama never did that. But like,
Yeah, we don't do
quietly,
that here either.
quietly, and parent to parent, this little motherfucker, he about to make me hit him. You know what I mean?
No, I feel that. I think the worst thing I ever said was my son said something to my dad. I was like, "Boy, I'll whoop your ass."
Yeah.
Oh, all right. The Walking Dead Destinies, published by anybody want to guess?
Scott or no? Who does?
Oh, come on, Anthony's already mentioned it once on this show.
He did?
Yep.
What is
Square?
Who is it?
Game Mill.
Oh, Game Mill. I didn't mention it today.
Nice.
Oh,
that was me actually, because I thought that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no.
Game
So
Mill.
So Game Mill's publishing. Rumored launch date November 14th. Coming to everything. Follows the story of seasons 1 through 4. Third-person gameplay. You play as who? Rick Grimes.
Man, I'm trying to be Coral.
Coral?
I want to be
You
Coral.
want to be Coral?
Yeah.
Locations: Atlanta, Greens Farm, etc. Blah 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 blah. Does anybody still watch that show? Like, is that show still going?
No. The show's still going. They have a spin-off
They have a
coming
spin-off. No, it's already out. So the main show ended. They have a spin-off with the nigga that played Negan. I can't think. I love him as an actor.
That's
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
That's Sam and
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
That's Sam and Dean's dad in Supernatural.
That's how I first knew about him.
Yep.
Then he was in a movie that no one seems to like, but it's fucking great, called The Losers.
Dude, I love The Losers. It's got Idris Elba in it.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Ken and I,
awesome.
Ken and I are on the same page for once. Everybody says that movie's bad, but that movie is so much goddamn fun.
That movie was my introduction to him, and that's where I was like, "Oh, I like this dude." Like, yeah,
Idris Elba fucking is in there. Dude, all these people that you could not get back into a movie for the money they probably were paid for The Losers.
Yep. Oh yeah.
But
great cast.
What fucking irritates me is everybody always says like, "Oh, this movie's bad," and then they are like, "And the A-Team is okay." No, the A-Team movie is so fucking boring.
Yeah, I didn't like the A-Team movie.
And The Losers is just dumb fun, and the villain is so goddamn good. And the fact that they don't defeat him, really, he just gets on a bus and is robbed for his phone.
No, I love that movie. That movie was
today.
All right, well. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
But literally, there's two other Walking Dead.
Didn't I see a picture of Daryl in like France?
Yes, that's the one I was thinking.
That's the other one. He has.
How'd
his
he get
own
there?
Spin-off.
Like, how'd he get there?
I have no idea. I don't know. I stopped watching that show before the main series ended.
He made a raft out of zombies lashed together and floated on them to France.
From
wacky
fucking
as that show is, I believe it.
From Georgia, he floated from Georgia all the way to France.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I think they ended up in
Listen,
Virginia.
I've never watched a single episode of this show. I know nothing about it other than the fact that somebody's got a baseball bat that's got barbed wire wrapped around it.
Dude, that happened. I watched the
vegan.
first 3 seasons of that show, and that happens after that. Like, that's not even what I knew the show for.
I have not committed. This time talking about it right now is the most brain power I have ever committed to The Walking Dead.
The only reason I watched
is
because I was a fan of the comic. The comic was I think it ended. Anthony,
yes.
I think it did.
So the comic ended, and I'm just going to share this fact because it's brilliant. Because he wanted to make sure that fans got the comics. You have to remember, this is a black and white comic that was a Image imprint, but it was not super well known. It was just a big enough fan base in the comic community. And so to fake out the people that the speculator market, in the previews, he had his artist make fake covers for issues that would never exist. And the series ended just kind of abruptly in that sense, because they were like saying, like, yeah, 2 months from now, this issue will be out. That issue doesn't exist. And then what happened was, because it was so popular with the TV show, they've actually been republishing every single comic with fucking like 5 or 6 covers each in color. It's funny because they haven't done the same with Invincible, which was in color, but they haven't reprinted a bunch of those in standard comic book form since that show got popular. And now that motherfucker's doing Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's got fucking money. I'm pretty sure he owns like three copies of like Action Comics #1.
Yeah, what Robert Kirkman? Yeah,
Mhm.
dude is he's a whole player in that scene, in the comic book world. Good for him. But yeah, damn, we went on a tangent about that fucking Walking Dead game. But so that's coming out by Game Mill, the
Yep.
company that
November,
takes every franchise
so,
and
You know,
mills out a game.
another Game of the Year contender out this year.
You know it.
NetEase establishes a new U.S. studio called T-0 Entertainment, led by Rich Vogel from Ultima Online and former Bethesda and BioWare staff. Okay. But it's under NetEase, so always remember that.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
Netflix announced a limited beta test for 2 Netflix games on TV and PC in Canada and in the UK. Okay. We talked about THQ Nordic Showcase last week. Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, had a developer update, and will also be including a demo of Like a Dragon 8 with a special cutscene that will not appear in the full game.
Y'all watch that trailer?
I'm in for this though.
Well, I mean, I'll play it, but no, I didn't watch the trailer.
Incredible. Oh my god. And then it ends like
Fuck.
if you watch the whole trailer, it ends with Ichiko. I can't think of the dude. What's the dude's name for the new game? Ichiban.
Ichiban.
Fucking
Yeah.
I forgot
it ends with him like go ahead.
I was gonna say I forgot Ishin came out this year and I hadn't even played it.
Yeah, same. I didn't play it.
Yep.
I wanted to play it.
That game
It's on the list.
is so weird if you look it up too, because the Japanese original, like if you're in Japan, there's 2 versions of the same fucking game.
I mean,
and they're completely
really?
different. Yes, because the original was all based off of like all these ancient figures were based off of models from like 3 or 4, I think. And they redid all the cutscenes with the actors from Zero. So like all the officers of the Yakuza, the guys you fight throughout the game in Zero, they were brought back because they were so liked as characters. They brought them back to play these ancient characters.
Fuck.
They have a really good. If you look at Sega's YouTube channel, or maybe it's just specifically the Yakuza one, around the release time, they actually talk to all those actors who they look just like the characters they play because they are direct face scans. Really, they were interesting conversations because you get to find out who these really scary looking guys actually are.
Man, I can't believe I forgot that game came out this year and I never played it. I think I played through like 10 minutes of it and I never booted it back up again.
Dang. Yeah, I played the demo. It's on the list. I'm gonna get it.
I paid full price for a physical copy.
Yeah, it's just
Totally worth it.
Just sitting
You know
there
what?
and you played it.
But I am totally okay with that because I just wanted to make sure I had a copy.
I got you.
NetEase's Naked Rain Studio revealed its first game called Project Mugen, an urban open-world gacha RPG for PS5, mobile, and PC. There'll be more info at Gamescom. What do we got here? Dota 2, 10th year anniversary. Jesus. From now until September 7th, you get a treasure after winning a match, which contains 1 of 13 special anniversary items.
I never got into Dota.
I don't like those kind of games. I don't like the MOBAs. Speaking of things that were a trend, remember when everybody made a MOBA?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whew. DC had a MOBA. Remember that?
Yep.
I did. It actually wasn't bad. The one I played. What was it called?
I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, DC
I can't
had
remember
a
either.
MOBA.
There's a Marvel one that's out that'll never come here. That's actually pretty good. It's called Super War. But I guess because of the licensing, they can only use the Marvel characters in Asia and abroad. So you have to do the most to be able to play.
That's
it.
like
It's
if you
not
played what is the one that Drew liked? Puzzles and Dragons.
Heroes of the
Oh,
Storm.
I love Puzzles and Dragons too.
Puzzles and Dragons in Japan, the licensing, like they get crazy crossovers. I
But
listen
they
to a
had crazy
podcast for
crossovers over here too.
yeah,
They had,
no, but like not like Japan. Japan's
No.
like got one every week almost.
Yeah, they had a big Monster Hunter crossover. They had a Mario. They had a whole Mario and Puzzle and Dragons game on 3DS.
That's fucking wild, dude.
Yeah, I actually liked that 3DS version of Puzzle Dragons. It's the only version I played, but I like the Mario stuff in it.
Yeah, Puzzles and Dragons is great. It's a very solid puzzle game.
I just
Well, I
read
never
this
got
and I'm just laughing my ass off. Story Kitchen and Monami Park are teaming up for a Slime Rancher movie?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
'cause I
Terrence
was
said
like,
that
oh,
yesterday.
Ryan might
Yeah, I saw
interested in
that too.
I have no idea about none of that. Like, is that a good concept for a movie, Ryan? Like, can you see it?
It could be. I mean, there's a story to that game, but it's not heavy on the story. I think it could be good just because the slimes make good characters, I think, and there'll be a bunch of kids that like that part of it, I bet.
Wow. So weird. We're getting weird territory. Sega completed its acquisition of Rovio. So there's that.
Okay.
Panic Game Showcase, Firewatch, Playdate set for August 29th. Around 20 minutes, no Playdate news. Okay. I don't think anybody remembers the Playdate, but there you go. CD Projekt Red is going to stream Phantom Liberty on August 24th. Again, a lot of stuff this week because it's Gamescom. Speaking of Gamescom, Jeff Keighley, Terrence's favorite person, told Video Game Chronicles that this year's Gamescom opening night live is more about updates on already announced titles rather than world premieres.
I'm not even gonna lie. As much as I hate that nigga, I was happy about that statement because that's one of the things that I hate about him is his ability to overhype shit and it be nothing. So for him to be like, "Hey, listen, it's gonna be low key," you know what I mean? Just keep it in check. We just giving updates. That's beautiful. Thank you.
But it's
Appreciate
crazy
that.
because
he ain't never gonna hear this,
if he hypes up nothing, he's downplaying. Like, why am I even going to watch?
Well, and then I guess there is that. But I'm okay with updates on stuff because, and this might be in your news, Black Myth
Wukong.
There you go. Yep, you got you. Yeah, yep. See, so yeah, so I'm okay with some updates. So I just appreciate because him hyping that trailer, talking about we got a sequel that everybody's been waiting for a long time, and rolled the Lords of Fallen. I'm just like, who? I guess Jay was waiting on it, and that's fine. But no. I thought it was something fantastic. Not.
Well, I wasn't waiting on it, so it wasn't everybody.
Okay, see, that's how I feel. I wasn't, so it wasn't everybody. Like, what the fuck? If it was something I was waiting on, then it would have been everybody. That's how that works.
We already do know one of the world premieres, though. We're getting a new Delta Force game.
Premiere.
Wait, Delta Force?
Delta Force. Remember those games back in the late 90s for the PC?
I do not.
I don't. I thought that was a Chuck Norris.
Well, it is that too. But there is, so yeah. There was a lot of these games back in the 90s.
Yeah, I ain't never heard. Hold on.
Yeah, like just
they remaking it?
Literally just Google Delta Force game and you will just see
oh my god.
Were those the games that were they like third-person shooters?
Yeah.
First person, I thought.
First and third person.
They're cheap.
Yeah, they were like budget, like military games. There was a Black Hawk Down one. There was an Extreme one. Urban Warfare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't horrible. They weren't horrible.
What were those budget PS1 Conflict Ops or something? Conflict Deserts? The Conflict games.
Conflict, yeah, I remember
there
those.
Was a bunch of, there was Conflict Desert Storm.
Those games weren't bad either.
No.
They were just they're just kind of there.
Nah.
Mm-mm.
And Hi-Fi Rush has hit 3 million players.
Good. Deserves it.
Yep.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And I think you already talked about Black Myth Wukong. We'll see that this week. Apparently the Steam page is up. So, and it's coming to everything. So, well, let me clarify. It's only next gen. Yep.
Yeah.
So, but it is coming to Xbox, PC, and PlayStation 5. That's it. Gamescom. News next week will probably be a little wild.
Mm-hmm.
Because the games come. We got a couple emails. We'll do those now. We pull them up. Jeremy sends an email. It just says space. He says, "Hey guys, I'm having a blast with Everspace 2. Just what I needed in a space game. Is anyone playing it, or are you saving yourself for Starfield?"
So
I am not playing it.
Nice. You are not playing it. Yeah, I know.
I'm
Yeah.
not playing
I played it before when it was on PC, and I know now it's on Xbox Game Pass. So I plan to just play on Xbox, but I'm still playing on PC because my Xbox is dead. I do still enjoy it, but I kind of just dabbled right now because I am saving myself for Starfield. But I have every intention of going back to Everspace because I totally dig everything that it's doing. It's very much like Freelancer, which is probably my favorite. Like you have a lot of freedom in it. But I'm kind of saving myself space game wise for Starfield. Like I'm so ready.
I did play Everspace 2, and I think it's a really good game, and then I found out it's a roguelike, and I'm like, maybe I don't want to play this game.
Like,
So
the first one was a roguelike. This one's not. This one's just open world space game.
Okay, well, I will do some more research because I liked what I played. Other than the hitching, that game has some bad hitching on Xbox.
Yeah, I read that. But yeah, I promise it's not a roguelike. It's more like Freelancer. Like once you get to the tutorial, you get like a base where you'll have a system that's your base, and then you'll have some missions, and you're free to pick up missions, and there's, distress signals and stuff as you go fly through hyperspace, like flying towards destinations. Stuff will pop up, so you can redirect course. Like, oh shit, what's this? Unidentified signal or a distress signal. Some of it's traps set by pirates. Some of it is money stuff. So exactly, some of it's mining. Like it's not a roguelike. Trust me, it's not a roguelike. It's open world space game. So,
okay, well, it's still on my hard drive. Like that's like the telltale sign right there. It's like if the game stays on my hard drive, I'll probably play it at some point.
Yep.
It's still sitting there. We'll see. But yeah, I liked what I played. But yeah, I had to put it on the back burner because there's another little space game came in that I needed to play, so I've been playing that. Whew. All right. Next email comes from Blue Skies. This is a long email. He says, "Hello, I just wanted to mention a couple things. During your new releases, unless I missed it, there was a release on 8/17 called Shadow Gambit. We're bringing this back.
Yep.
I saw zero marketing for this prior to this week, and in fact didn't even know it existed. It's a stealth tactics game from the developers of Shadow Tactics and Desperados 3, so we answered all the questions. It's a similar game with a pirate setting as opposed to Desperados 3's Western setting. It's a terrible name, very generic, and not piratey at all. In any case, it's gotten stellar reviews this week, so I might want to check it out. There's a demo out. I just downloaded it, but I haven't tried it yet. Likely today. FYI, didn't see a physical version available, so digital only, I think." Yeah,
yep,
so that's
I
funny.
do think it's digital only. Yeah, I do think it's digital only, and I enjoy it. Like I said, I plan to go back to it. Like I like everything about it. But I liked Desperados 3, and I liked the Shadow Tactics.
I mean, this goes back to the conversation we have constantly. Not only is 2023 like the best year for like Game of the Year games, but like this really hurts the lower end games because so many of them just get lost in the mix, man.
Yep.
Like how many weeks have we talked about Gravity Circuit and none of us have gone back and played it because who has the fucking time?
Well, the other reason I haven't played it is because it's $22 on Switch.
Well, there is that too.
$16.99 on Steam.
Well, it's fucking you're playing Switch Tax. You know about Switch Tax?
Yeah.
Switch Tax. Yeah. This year is just crazy. Like everybody's backlog is gonna be crazy because of 2023 because there's so much good stuff. You're gonna have to put something down to get to something else.
I mean,
and it just
I just did it. I just did it with Ishin. I'm like, I totally forgot. Like I had that on my hard drive. I was gonna play it, and I just never did. He says, I just pre-installed the premium $100 version of Starfield to play on the 31st at 7 p.m. Good for a long holiday weekend. Hope it doesn't suck. I figured better to just buy it rather than pay the $17 a month for Game Pass and $35 premium upgrade to play early. Also a bunch of extras and story DLC, I believe. Early buzz seems to be great, but review copies should be out by the time you read this. They are. I'm assuming one of you will get a code, 2 of us. So on Monday podcast, can you give some early impressions? No.
No.
That was good.
It should be okay as you aren't discussing review, just some vague impressions. I wouldn't think that would be breaking embargo. It is.
It would be, yes.
Maybe strict.
Many sites offer early impressions, not for this game.
Yeah, not for this game, they won't.
But don't worry, there will be a plethora because, like we said, everybody got a code.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
to
they
me
gave
says
them-
Microsoft is very confident about this game.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
just
So the people, because I saw on X, somebody was like, I hear that they're not giving review copies till September 1st, and that just tells me that this is just horrible. Well, you heard wrong, first of all. Like, I just,
the
like,
key
yeah, they're
mailer.
extremely confident.
So the key mailer codes won't go out till September 1st, but key mailer is mostly for. I don't
That's
even know.
content creators, streamers.
Yeah, but
and
content
stuff.
creators already have codes because we got them from
Yeah.
directly from Bethesda PR.
Okay, well then, yeah, I don't know what that would be then.
It's for people
Huh.
who don't have PR contacts. It's just a website that does it.
Oh.
Like I have a Keymailer account. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I've gotten like 3 games from Keymailer. Like I don't
Gotcha.
use it very much because we mostly have the PR contacts. So, all right. Lastly, the whole PS5 having 4K streaming before Xbox. Could that be that they held back because of the CMA? We're all up in arms about the gaming monopoly for Microsoft. Maybe they didn't want to rock the boat. Not too much of a monopoly as Sony beat them to it. Who cares, though? Who wants to stream? Could be an issue on Series S, though. I mean, it can't do split-screen co-op, which is holding back the Baldur's Gate release. That potato is hamstringing Series X and could cause people to ditch Series X if big releases skip Xbox due to the parity. See Halo Infinite's co-op omission. So, here's another interesting aspect of this, and again, there needs to be a campaign for Microsoft about not making parity for this crap, because I don't know if you've seen this, but Forza Motorsport does not have split screen. Can you guess probably why?
Yeah, it's 100%.
Yeah, I saw, because one of the dudes that I talked to on X, Twitter, Jesus Christ, I hate just calling it. Anyways, he had mentioned something about people, they need to drop the parody thing or whatever, because I didn't realize that about Forza Motorsport until he pointed it out, and I was like, damn, I really thought it was just the
problem now,
thing.
though, you can't just drop it, because the problem now, though, is you sold a whole bunch of Series X's on the promise, or
Right.
Series S's on the promise of parity.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
people that are
you
like,
can't
"Well,
just
I bought
abandon
it."
that now.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
they
take it.
stuck.
I mean, you say they can't, but they totally can, because if you remember, 360 had a lot of these same problems. Remember, they said you can't require a hard drive because we didn't sell it with the arcade. But eventually they got rid of that. They also had parity on Xbox Live Arcade. Can't be bigger than 50 megabytes because that's the arcade's limit. They got rid of that. They can get rid of this. And 100% they should. The Series S is a great console. But it needs to be what it is. It needs to be the box that you don't buy if you don't want to fully invest in the next generation.
Yeah.
So
No. Yeah, I mean, so they absolutely can do it. But I don't know. It feels like it doesn't send a great message.
you're right, but neither does not having Baldur's Gate 3.
Sure, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
I agree with you completely there. But it's a decision they made years ago, and they've made a whole lot of money on Series S's off of it.
Why
So-
can't they just release it and say we'll patch it in later? Like, I get they want, that we've made every effort under the sun, obviously, to make it parity. Like, okay, we can't, so we just put it out there and say, hey, we'll give it to. We're working on it. It'll come
I mean,
later.
the
Let's
reason
wait on
is
60. Go ahead.
Microsoft's rule. That's the reason, because they
Oh,
don't
okay.
want to let it launch without being feature or having feature parity.
It's so fucking dumb. It was dumb,
man.
It was dumb when they said it. It was dumb when they started it, and I didn't think we'd be seeing these problems 2 years in, but here we are.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I bet the fact that now their first party game is now going to be saddled with this problem, they probably will get rid of it or tweak that parity thing somehow, because you're going to delay Forza because of you can't get the split screen working on the Series S.
No, they just removed it.
Oh, damn. I didn't realize they just took it out. Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to be there on either console, which means
Gotcha.
Series X is being hampered now by Series X.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It needs to go away. It just needs to go away. Like, you just... Because you're already... Technically, you're not at parity now because the Series X can run at 4K, whereas the Series S struggles to run at 1080p.
Right. Yep.
Like, that's not parity. That's just... I don't. Series S is a cool console that Microsoft, they put their foot in their mouth with that one. Like, it wasn't a great idea. They should have just made a digital Series X for $100 cheaper. That's what they should have done.
Absolutely. Yep.
So
100%.
He also says, FYI, Baldur's Gate is Game of the Year. Yes, over that Zelda DLC that released this year. Okay.
Okay. Zelda, I mean, I don't think it necessarily was a DLC. It's on the list. And I forgot to talk about that because I did play Baldur's Gate 3. And we are streaming it if you made it this far into this episode. So we're the four of us, Drew, Anthony, and Jay, and myself. So we were doing Tuesdays, but I think we're taking this week off because Drew is out of town. But we'll be back the following week to stream it. And I mean, outside of me killing Drew, I had a good time. Like it was a blast playing, which was great. That trap room. Oh man, I gotta get that footage out. Go ahead. Sorry.
The trap room was great.
He said he played Zelda DLC. He played it for 10 hours, and it is a slog.
Really? I put so much. I like Zelda, and if you recall, I was the only one on this show that was like, man, fuck that. I ain't even gonna play it. But I think I probably put like 35, 40 hours in it.
Like, your email is dead to me, sir. The fact that you can come on here, it just admit you like fucking bears, okay? Just do that. You can't do that in Zelda, okay?
No, but you can ride them.
Yeah, you can ride them. Just it's a different context.
Yeah.
He says he's been playing Baldur's Gate 3 on a Steam Deck, and it is a true deep RPG, and it is polished as hell.
It is very polished.
It's also not on the potato. Oh shit. I have a tweet. I was questioning whether I was going to read it. I'm going to put it in the chat real quick, and y'all let me know if you want me to read it.
Oh, man. Controversy.
Well, I'm not real thrilled about it. Like, I don't know. All these guys on the show, I love y'all, and I would not have you on here. And I'll
read it.
Wow. Okay.
I don't care. At ZTG Podcast and at ZTGD, I hope I won't be hearing too many interruptions from that angry Canadian kid in the show. I need to hear more from DML Fury and Wombat RP, like old times, respectfully ending their sentences without hearing angry interruptions mid-show. All right.
I was gonna say
I don't feel like I get interrupted very much.
I mean, when we're doing this over,
honest.
Yeah, well, like when we're doing this over the internet, like there's going to be
cutoffs. We always say that, and I'm just gonna say like, okay, sorry, you don't. Maybe try a different show. I'm not leaving.
No, I won't let
the story. There,
I'm not
leaving. I drugs have helped. I do not care. If you do not like the show because I am on it, I have bad news for you.
I was gonna say, yeah, like this is like we don't put people on the show that we don't love. That's just the way this works. And
That's
like,
correct.
I love Anthony's opinion. I love his
Anthony.
fucking
Yeah.
shit that he's got talking about, and like his perspective is so much different than mine and Ryan's and Terrence's. And I'm like, that's what I want.
That's what makes it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have different folks. Yeah.
Yeah, and just to hammer the point home here, like you don't hear as much from Drew and me like old times because we're fucking older and we don't have as much stuff to play or as much time to play stuff. And Drew isn't on very much because he's got grown-up stuff to do. So
Yeah.
like the podcast isn't going to sound like it sounded 17 years ago or 10 years ago
Say
or 5
17
years ago because
Fuck.
it's different people having different life experiences, and that's part of the joy of the show. And so I mean, it's okay to move on if you don't like the show as much anymore. That's okay. We don't expect anybody's actually listening anyway.
No, I was telling my son this week, I was like, one of the big reasons I still love doing this show is because there is no way I get to chat with most of y'all during the week.
Oh yeah.
Like, I just don't. I don't get to do it. Like, even now, especially with my new job, I know Terrence mentioned it to me. He's like, I didn't know if you were good because like you don't ever chat in the Discord anymore. I was like, because I'm fucking busy.
Yep. Yeah, that's what you said.
Like my work days are literally I get up at 8 o'clock and I work until at least 5 or 6 o'clock, and I'm just head down that entire time. Like I don't have time to do anything, and then when I get off work, I go do other things, and then it's back to the grind.
Yep.
So, but yeah,
and also, as everybody else said, we love Anthony. He's not going anywhere.
No, like I know,
and that's fine for you.
Even if he's a Blue Jays fan,
that's because your team got crushed.
They didn't get crushed. They only lost by a run.
Still,
even if
at this point in the Blue Jays, that is being crushed.
Even if his favorite game is Wonder Boy, we still love him.
Well, that too, yeah.
Wow,
even if he likes the Master
System. That one's a hurt. That one actually.
Wow.
Oh shit!
Look, I get it. I'm totally aware that I am with fault, as most people are.
Everybody on this goddamn show.
But like, I'm gonna call you out for, and I'm not gonna say their name because I don't really want anyone to go and say something on my behalf. Not that I think anyone would, but I don't want that for a person. Reducing me to the angry Canadian kid is very passive aggressive, and maybe you should work on yourself.
I'm gonna call you that from now on.
That's all right. I call you the fiddler. I deserve some shit. I realize that. It's like it's always the same. It's always the same sort of thing I hear, and unfortunately, like to some extent, that is just who I am, and partly based on the fact that like some people are not heard, and it leads them to be a certain person later on in life. And so I am loud and sort of angry, I guess. Not that I think I'm as angry as I used to be, but whatever. Because that is how I had to speak in order to be heard in conversations amongst peers in high school. And I'm fully aware of when that started to be. And it was partially because I was hanging out with people I just, in hindsight, do not like. So, break that down on a what's the word I'm looking for? Psychological level. Maybe there's something there, but like that's where that stems from. And I'm also clearly a bit scatterbrained, and my brain just will fire off and start thinking about things, and they will flee from me very quickly if I don't say them. And that is something I try to work on, but obviously sometimes if you're not thinking about it, your brain just kind of goes off, and we start talking about, whether or not games are a money laundering process or whatever it was today. So I am aware of certain aspects, and I won't disagree with them, and they are things I should work on. You're right for calling me out, but I'm going to say this because like I feel like the internet doesn't seem to understand that. If you're going to criticize someone, you can be a little nice still. That's not I don't like shitting on video games for the most part, but some of them, yeah, it's going to happen sometimes, but most of the time it's like there are still redeeming qualities, and it's like reducing me to angry Canadian kid, like implies that like all my takes are bad. My space on the show is wasted or whatever. And it's like, if you feel that way, there's nothing I can do to change myself. And so like, if you do have issues with me, like things that I'm wrong about, I absolutely understand. If you think I'm cutting off people, you know what? I'm going to try to work on that. But angry Canadian, I live in Canada, and sometimes it's righteous to be angry.
He's angry.
I think everybody expected.
Boy.
I think everybody expected more of an angry response from me, but I'm just a different person than I used to be, because I had people that were a little bit more aggressive with me, I think, online, and I'm not going to call them out either, because I think we've sort of buried that hatchet. I was bad on Twitter, and this is kind of the only time I engage with anything online at this point. So it comes out.
I never got angry. I know people use that term, angry, whatever. I never really get that from you. I get passion. Like, you're passionate about what you talk about. That's why I always enjoy listening to you break down your feelings on different things, because I can see and feel the passion coming from you about that subject. It's funny because this is like the second or third time since I've been back on the show that I've heard somebody direct something at you. And literally every time I get off this motherfucker, I expect Ken to get something like, listen, you do something about that black dude saying the N-word. All right, because he's saying nigga too much, and he cuss it a lot, and I don't appreciate it. And nobody ever says anything about me. And I always think I'm the problem, and the rest of y'all are fine. So,
dude, ain't none of us fine. Ain't none of us fine. Like, people hate me with a passion. That's fine.
Oh, damn. Okay, see, I didn't know that. All right. But yeah, Anthony, nigga, I love you, man. I wish you lived closer, man. We hang out all the fucking time. Like, man.
No, Wombat and Gambit's the only two nobody hates. Except for when he had his bad take on Zelda.
I was going to say.
I do want to correct myself. I want to say that I hope I won't be hearing too many interruptions. So I apologize to this tweeter who I'm sure is listening. That is, I did overreact a little bit partially there.
You're working on you. Yeah. Okay.
I think, and maybe I'm totally wrong, I think I have changed a lot. You can actually hear in the podcast me change a lot. I mean, obviously there's still going to be things that are there. Swearing, I understand I do it a lot, and that's partially because I learned to swear in the first grade from a kid, and I can only imagine their life. Like, think about how that kid, that household, where he knew all the words,
right?
And then talk to everybody else at show. Right.
Always.
So regrettably, that is a thing that's just there. But I used to be far more upset with, like, even that would have set me off. And like, he's not really saying anything super mean, a little bit of, again, passive aggressive, but like, I'm not saying this guy doesn't have a point either. But I wouldn't have felt that way 2 years ago, even, maybe even last year. I don't know. I feel like every time I come on the show and hang out with you guys, I do become a better person, a better version of me anyways. Maybe a better person's too much, but a better version of me. And I think that, like, the only thing I could be proud of on this podcast, other than the time that we talked about my television, which I think is still one of the funniest fucking things that's happened on the show, where you guys were talking to me and I'm trying to fucking look at the back of my TV.
Fucking 720p ass bitch.
I do think, like, not to toot my own horn, but I think that, like, you can see a definite change from when I started, which I was in a worse place mentally too, but I've made changes in my life. So, like, all I can say to this person at the end of the day is really, like, kind of, all right, kind of not going to listen to that. But at the same time, I hope I become better to the point where you don't feel like you have to write that tweet either. Cause, like, I do understand that feeling as well as someone that also listens to podcasts. So I am sorry. I will try to do better. Also not sorry. If you don't like me, don't listen. You know, your mileage may vary. If you can power through this nonsense that I'm saying right now, then like maybe later down the line, I'll be more your thing.
All right.
Only way to go is up. To the
What?
moon,
What is
guys.
this? What is this?
To the
Optimistic
moon.
Anthony? What? Nah.
Also, I would like to note that you'll see Ken on Broadway on Zero Tolerance, starring in Fiddler on the Roof,
The fiddler.
taking over for
The
Zero
Fiddler.
Mostel.
It's just literally me on stage messing with picture settings on the TV.
Right.
You gotta watch that shit for like 3 hours while I get the perfect color of red.
Yeah, he's like you never interact with the audience. The audience is like yelling, "It's more blue now," and you're like, just brush them aside. It's not.
And then once I get that set up, I'm gonna start scraping box arts on my mini PC. I hope you're excited to watch a number increment by 1 every 30 seconds.
Yes.
Which, by the way, Wombat, I got 2 folders completed yesterday. Took 13 hours.
Oh.
Lord.
I just let it run. I just set it and let it run because I wasn't using my computer. So I was like, well, I'll just set, copy paste. And like literally, like I went to bed and it was still copy.
Wow.
Yeah, you're gonna have everything. Like,
oh, dude, it's a complete set of 2 so far.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that's all I got. Unless y'all got anything else. Was there any breaking news on the Twitter? Probably not.
No, I didn't see anything. That stuff about Black Myth Wukong was on IGN this morning. I guess they got to play it, but it's going to be
Did you
playable
watch
at
that?
Gamescom. I didn't watch the video. I read the article. I'm going to watch the video after the show.
It looks pretty neat. It seems a
sounds
little
good, yeah.
bit complicated, but I'd have to play it to see.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it starts off, and I was like, damn it, talking about it being a Souls-like game. But by the end of it, when you read about the systems and how the different stuff, it sounds more like it's an action RPG than a Souls. But I mean, yeah, I think I'm going to check it out. So I think
I need to reiterate my tweet yesterday with the Souls games. Not everything needs to be a Souls game.
Yeah, what was you talking about? What game were you talking about?
No,
You're absolutely right.
It was just
Or
like
in general.
Well, it's just in general because like we get a lot of press releases constantly, and I'll open it up and I'll be like, oh, this game looks cool, and I'll start reading the press release and it's like, check out this action roguelike adventure. I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep. I've seen. Yeah,
nope. Like, not everything needs to be a roguelike.
It doesn't. That's the new thing. Like we were talking about, like MOBAs were a thing. Now it's Souls-like, but we can move on from that. Like let's find something else. Jesus Christ.
I'm okay with all this stuff as long as they're learning lessons from the best in that series. You know what I mean? Like I feel like a lot of the Souls likes fail to really comprehend how much work is done in those games to make them I don't want to say accessible, but like the reason there's a reason why they're played as much as they are. Like there's so many bad Souls games and so many bad Rogue games and all this stuff that just do not understand why like the Binding of Isaac is as popular as it is. It's constantly giving you stuff, even if progress isn't, there. It's still always giving you something to look forward to, something new, and a lot of these games fail to understand, like, there needs to be a hook for the player to keep wanting to try despite failure.
Yeah, there's a billion roguelikes, there's a billion Souls games. We talk about 5 of them.
Yep.
There's a reason for that. Because those are the ones that do it right. Like, even if I don't like Souls games, I can respect Elden Ring. I can respect Dark Souls. Like, I don't like roguelike games, but I respect stuff like 20XX. Rogue Legacy? Is that the one with the
Rogue Legacy.
I actually like
those
that.
games
I
are
have
excellent.
Rogue Legacy too. Yeah, I have the second one. That one actually is good.
Those games do that stuff well, and we talk about them. But, roguelike game 457 that popped up in my inbox this weekend, I give you no attention.
Right.
You just do it for the
You
sake
know
of doing it. Like, I don't know. It's frustrating, man. Like every game I see, and I'm like, this looks cool, and they're like, yes, it's kind of like a Souls game. I'm like, oh god damn it.
Yep.
Why?
Like that's meant to entice you now, and now it just turns you off. Like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm immediately
Yeah.
like that is immediately like unless when I see roguelike or Souls-like or a lot of these buzzwords show up in a press release, unless people that I know and trust play that game and tell me like, yeah, you need to check this out because it does this and this and this differently and it's good, I will never play that game.
Yep. Yeah. Word of mouth will help sell those to me too. I got you. Yep.
And I don't ever hear it. Like,
Yeah.
that shows up in my inbox and then like 6 months later, like, oh yeah, I forgot about that game. Nobody cared. So, like, you want to get me hyped for something? I'll tell you what got me hyped for something was, like, seeing all the people talk about Bomb Rush Cyberpunk this week. They were like, this is, like, the great-grandchild of Tony Hawk meets Jet Set Radio. I'm like, okay, I need to play this.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, that's it for this week. We're still on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, whatever it is.
You won't be able to block us next week. Ha ha ha. So you can tweet at us. It's at excuse me, at ZTGD Podcast. But the best way, shoot us an email, podcasts at ZTGD.com. That's the best place.
Yeah, Ken will forward all the bad messages to me. Trust me.
I do.
Yes.
I just do it.
He'll say I'll do. He says he does it out of love, but
I
he just
forwarded
likes
to
chaos.
I created you a new email for the site, Anthony. It's angrycanadianboy at ZTGD.com. That's your new email.
All the correspondence.
Sure.
It'll
Yeah.
go there.
Mine is now fiddler at ZTGD.com. So all PR people, fiddle me this. Send me a press release.
Fiddle me this.
It'll be this.
It's not. Don't send that email.
Right.
Get some banned servers. Because your email is fiddler. Anyway, that's it. If nobody has anything else, we'll get at it. Oh, Phoenix Down's running Resident Evil 4 remake. New episode went up because Drew didn't tell me there was new episode till like 1 o'clock on Friday. He's like, "Oh yeah, we did a new episode." That's Drew for you.
Nice.
That's why he's never on the show because he's whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's still running. Other than that, we'll get out of here.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.